Hello everyone, my name is Zara and I will be your teacher for this lesson. Today we will be talking about a few topics related to recycling. First, we will go over what recycling is and why it is important. Second, we will do a short quiz on recycling. Third, we will learn about the 4 types of recycling systems. Then fourth, we talk about how other countries recycle. Fifth, I will share some recycling tips for you. And lastly, we will end with a review of what we learned today. Let's start with our question. What is recycling? Recycling is when you collect waste material and use it to make new materials. You can continue to use the material again and again until you can no longer use it to make new things. This process helps to create a circular economy. But what is a circular economy? And why is it important? Circular, as the name suggests, is a circle, and economy is the wealth and resource of a country or region. To understand why a circular economy is important, we must first compare it to a linear economy. Linear means a line. In this diagram, production and consumption follows a straight line. This means every time someone buys something, it is thrown away without being reused. We take resources from the earth, make products, throw it away, and a new product starts a new line. A circular economy is the opposite. To reduce waste, we try to reuse the same material to make new products. Now we understand what recycling is and how it creates a circular economy. But why is it important to reduce waste? There are many reasons why, but we'll go over 3 reasons today. It is related to energy, pollution, and sea life. When we recycle, more energy can be saved and used for other important things. Recycling can also help lessen the cause for pollution. And lastly, recycling saves sea animals from dangerous waste in the ocean. Now let's test your knowledge of recycling. There will be 5 questions related to recycling. Do your best to choose the correct answer. Before we start, make sure you have your quiz worksheet and a pencil or pen with you. I will read the question and answer choices. You will get a few seconds to think about your answer and circle it on your paper. At the end of the quiz, you will write sentences for each quiz question. Are you ready? Question number 1. Which country collects and recycles the most materials? Is it A, Germany, B, Korea, C, the US, or D, Singapore? Look at each picture carefully. Which material cannot be recycled? Is it A, a cardboard box, B, a newspaper, C, a plastic bottle, or D, plastic straws? Question 3 is a true or false question. I will read the sentence. You choose whether you think it is true or false. There is only one way to organize recyclables. All countries recycle the same way. Is it true or false? Question 4. Look at the picture. How should you recycle this? Should you A, wash it and put it in the can bin, B, put it in the general trash, C, step on it and burn it, or D, put it in the food waste bin? And our last question, question 5. What are the 3 R's? Is it A, rest, run, read, B, remember, rewind, respond, C, reduce, reuse, recycle, or D, rap, rock, rhythm? Check your answers again before we go over the answers. Are you ready? Let's check the correct answers. Question 1. The country that collects and recycles the most materials is A, Germany. Question 2. The material that cannot be recycled is D, plastic straws. Question 3. There is only one way to organize recyclables. All countries recycle the same way. This is false. Question 4. How should you recycle this? You should A, wash it and put it in the can bin. And our last question. What are the 3 R's? The answer is C, reduce, reuse, and recycle. How did you do? Was this quiz easy? Well, before we move on to the next topic, below each question on your quiz worksheet is a white box. In the white box, you will write the answer as a full sentence. I will give you 3 to 5 minutes to write your sentences. Are you finished? Great. Here are the sentences. Check your sentences for any mistakes. Our next topic is on the 4 types of recycling systems. In question 3 of our quiz, we found out that there is more than one way of organizing recyclables. We will go over the 4 basic types. The first type is called mixed waste. With this system, waste is not sorted or organized before pickup. All waste is put together and recyclables may be sorted after pickup or at a different location. The next type is called commingled. This system is a little more organized than the other one. Now there are 2 bins. It separates recyclables and non-recyclables. The third type is called dual stream. In this system, waste is sorted between 3 bins, one for non-recyclables, one for paper, and the last for other recyclables. The last system is called source separation. Because this system has more varied material bins, it produces more good quality recycled materials that can be reused. Now that we know the 4 types of recycling system, let's take a look at which system some countries use and other ways they may recycle. Germany is the country that collects and recycles the most materials out of all the countries. According to the World Population Review, Germany collects 98.9% of their recyclable waste and is able to recycle 49.8% of the waste they collect. They use a dual stream recycling system. They also have a deposit return system, which allows people to pay a deposit on some items and get it back if they return it to a collection machine. Japan is another country with a strong recycling system. They use source-separated recycling, which means people must separate waste into many groups. For example, burnable trash, bottles, cans, food waste, and general trash all go into different bins. Japan also uses waste-to-energy plants, which burn non-recyclable waste to make energy. They have very strict rules for recycling, so if you don't sort your trash the right way, you could get in trouble. In the US, many cities use a single-stream recycling system. This means all recyclables go into one bin and other trash goes into another bin. This is very convenient, but things can get mixed together and it makes it harder to recycle the materials well. The rules for recycling also vary from state to state, so some places may recycle well while others might not. Switzerland uses a source-separated recycling system. Their paper, glass, metal, and plastic materials are sorted into different bins. They also use a pay-as-you-throw system. This is a system that requires you to pay a fee based on how much non-recyclable waste you have. This system encourages people to recycle more and waste less. Korea uses the source-separated recycling system. They also use other programs that Germany and Switzerland use. It is the pay-as-you-throw and deposit return. While Germany is number 1 for both collecting and recycling waste overall, Korea is number 1 in collecting and recycling waste in Asia. Interesting, right? We learned so many things about recycling systems and how other countries recycle. Now you will work on the second worksheet. This worksheet covers what we learned about recycling systems from each country. Read the sentences carefully and match it to the correct country. When you are finished matching, answer the reflection question at the bottom of the page. You have about 10 minutes to complete this worksheet. How did you do? Was it easy? Let's check what you got correct. Here are the answers for the first section. For the reflection question, take a minute to share your answer with the person next to you. We are almost finished. Before we review and end the class, I want to share some recycling tips with you. Recycling may be difficult and confusing, but trying and being more aware helps save the earth. When recycling, look for the most common recycled materials. These are the most common recycled materials. We have paper, glass, vinyl, plastic, and can. In addition to the most common recycled materials, there are also some common recycling mistakes. These are things that should not be recycled. If you are ever unsure about what to recycle and where to put it, look for a recycling label. This will help tell you if the item is recyclable and which bin it belongs to. Now let's review what we learned today. I will ask the questions and you can choose the answer you think is correct. Let's start. What is recycling? If you chose B, then you are correct. Recycling is using old things to make new things. Recycling is important because it saves energy, reduces pollution, and keeps dangerous materials away from the ocean. Is this true or false? If you chose true, then you are correct. What is circular economy? The correct answer is C. Take, make, recycle, and reuse. What are the 4 types of recycling systems? It should be C. Mixed waste, commingled, dual stream, and source separation. How well did you do? Great job, everyone. You did amazing today. We learned what recycling is, why it's important, the 4 recycling systems, and how different countries recycle. Now you can be more aware of your recycling and help the earth. Thank you for joining today's lesson. See you next time.